Bienvenidos, mi amo Mateo.
Hey, I'm Tim, and welcome to the Mr. Maple Show.
So Carolina recently asked me, she said, Dad, what's your name in Spanish? And I said, Mateo. And now all she says is, your name is Potato. So my daughter now calls me Potato. But we're here with a hype video for you for the Mr. Maple Festival. It's coming up super soon. It's this Monday, Memorial Day. It's the actual Monday of Memorial Day.
So we've got a lot of unique, rare maples that aren't even listed on Mr. Maple. So whenever you're coming here, we're gonna have tons and tons and tons of 1 gallons. And it's gonna be some things you've never heard of, some things you've been wanting for a long time, and some classics in here as well. This is just one 148-foot house filled with 1 gallons that's just got a bunch of real cool, unique plants.
We're gonna have a 148-foot house and 2 96-foot greenhouses that nothing has been listed in yet from those houses. It's gonna be first chance to see some of these things. There'll be some classics in those houses as well, but a lot of new and interesting things. So definitely get excited, come out to this festival. We're gonna be open that day 9 to 5. So we'll be a pretty hard close at 5 p.m. We're all gonna be dead tired. So we're gonna be getting out of there by 5 for sure. So the gates might be closed if you show up at 5:01, but be ready, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. on Memorial Day. It's gonna be a maple extravaganza here at Mr. Maple.
So if you see something that's currently on the website, you'll need to purchase that ahead of time using code MrMaple Pickup. All that stuff's gonna be down at the lower part of the nursery. The upper part of the nursery is gonna be all new plants that aren't listed on Mr. Maple. So we've got thousands and thousands, probably more 1 gallons than we've ever had at a Mr. Maple Festival before, at this Mr. Maple Festival at the top of the nursery. So if you see something you want at the bottom of the nursery, which is anything that's on the website currently, make sure to check out ahead of time using code MrMaple Pickup. And those trees will be tagged with your name held for you for pickup that day at the Mr. Maple Festival. Now, if you want to know how to come to the Mr. Maple Festival, go to MrMaple.com. We'll have a link right there at the very top. It's got the full address there. There's also a link in the description of this video.
Yeah, we're gonna have a ton of stuff. We're standing in the 148-foot house right now. None of the stuff's really been listed yet. There's 2 more 96-foot greenhouses of new material that is fresh and hadn't been out there. We're super excited to get that stuff out to you.
Yeah, we've got things on here that are super rare, and there's things in here that you've been wanting forever, things here that you've never even heard of, and the classics as well. So get excited, because there's some really cool plants in these greenhouses.
So we hope you enjoy some of the things we have in store for you. 3 of our members here at Mr. Maple, Kate, Jess, and Sean, are in an amazing band. I don't know how they best describe it. It's country, it's southern rock, it's really good music. They're called Bad Rabbit.
I'm standing here with one of our 3 employees that are part of Bad Rabbit, and they've got an awesome band. They'll be playing at the Mr. Maple Festival. What type of music would you say how would you describe it?
We like to describe it as alternative country, a little edgy, so it's a little bit of a rock and roll thing too. It's, I would say, 98% original stuff. We throw in a couple covers that everybody knows and loves. We've played locally around the area for the past 6 months or so. Been around together as a band for about a year. Playing with a lot of really experienced players, good players. I think you guys are really gonna love it. We're excited to come out because the 3 of us work here. So.
My wife and I and Matt went and watched them this past weekend. This upcoming weekend, they're at the Gray Eagle. And so if you want to come check them out before the Mr. Maple Festival, they're going to be at the Gray Eagle, but they're playing at the Mr. Maple Festival too. We thought that was just a cool thing because they're part of our family here at Mr. Maple, and to have them sort of showcase some of their talent, we were super excited about that as well.
Yeah.
And
we are too in both our early shows, which is great. We don't normally get to play early shows. Most of the time it starts at 10 o'clock. I was surprised these guys came out. It was so late. But we're going to be playing here noonish, I guess. I'm assuming, and then our show at the Gray Eagle is 6 to 7:30. So if you're a kind of an early bird, that you can still come out to that and still get home in time. So yeah, we're looking forward to it.
Well, come check them out, the Gray Eagle, but they're also going to be here at the Mr. Maple Festival. Your wife, Kate, she can really sing. You can really play the drums. Sean just kills it on the guitar. Y'all got a bunch of covers, but also original work.
That's right.
And they're pretty legit. You're gonna have to come to Mr. Maple Festival and check them out.
We're going to have our friends Rico at Carolina Aces BBQ serving barbecue here out of his food truck. We figured this is the best way to do it post-COVID. We'll just go ahead and have a kitchen serve food. And I don't think you guys are going to mind because it's some amazing, amazing food. Definitely come out and support him. He's got a great business and just a great local guy here in Hendersonville, North Carolina with a superior product for sure. He's got some of the best barbecue in town. You're really going to enjoy that.
I think what people enjoy most about the MrMaple Festival is going around and talking to so many people that are here that love Japanese maples. If you're in some of the groups on Facebook, like the MrMaple Friends group or some of the other groups on Facebook, a lot of those people who are in those groups will be here at the MrMaple Festival. And so we're going to have tons and tons of maple collectors who are growing Japanese maples all across the United States. And they'll be here for the MrMaple Festival shopping through these amazing plants.
Hey, we also have celebrity appearances by Jody Stillwell and Brian and Francis Rule. I think they have no idea what they're in for because they're going to be more well known than they've ever realized when the MrMaple Festival shows up. So definitely show them some love. A lot of y'all have spoke to Jody on the phone. Here's your chance to come out and see this sweet lady in person. Tell her you appreciate her, but I know you guys are going to be excited. A lot of you, we may not met in person ourselves, so you may be somebody who watches this channel or orders from us, but definitely come up and say hello, introduce yourself to us. We hand out name tags because we like to make this a full community event, and I joke with Brian. I'm like, Brian, you got no idea what you're in for, buddy, because everybody's going to know you here, and get ready for a lot of conversation. You're really going to enjoy it, but you're going to be shocked how many people recognize you when they get here, too.
And there's going to be maples on maples on maples. I mean, I'm so excited about all these trees. Every time I turn the corner, I look down and I see something cool. Some are in huge sets, some are in small sets. So make sure to get here early and shop early because there's going to be some cool plants that if you don't come that day, you're really missing out.
So we've been closed for over 2 years during COVID. We've been focusing on our mail order. We've been doing nursery pickup for the local folks here, but they haven't been able to come onto the property and see what we've been doing. We've been doing a ton of construction here at MrMaple. So Brian did a flyover video of some of the things, and that was even months ago. We've changed a little bit since then, but we've been adding to the new part of the nursery. Our goal in the future is to make this a little bit more retail and the old nursery a little bit more of the mail order. So our goal is to kind of get to that eventually, but this will be the grand opening for this new property. No one besides MrMaple employees have even stood in these greenhouses yet. So we're excited to open them up to you. We're excited to get this stuff out there. I think you're going to enjoy what we've been working on here at MrMaple as things have been changing quite a bit. And even more things to come. We're expanding still right now as we speak, so more greenhouses going up. It's not a finished product, but the doors must open. It's Memorial Day, so we're ready to get out there to you. So bear with us. This is a work in progress. It is a working nursery. So remember, you're at a farm. Some areas are going to be off limits. Some areas are going to be slicker, so just bear with us as you see that. But definitely come out, enjoy this day, check out our greenhouses, and I think you're going to enjoy just the community we're building there. And getting to see people. That's one of my favorite parts about open house. I don't know if he's making it this year, but I love running into somebody like Richard Godet and just that camaraderie of being, just big maple geeks and hanging out and talking about trees. I think that's one of the most fun things about the MrMaple Festival. And there's going to be no shortage of that this year for sure.
I think one of the coolest things about that a lot of people are going to freak out about this is that these are all trees that have not made it to the website. These are future tenant 10s that you get to shop early when you come to this MrMaple Festival.
Yeah.
This is all the product that's really close. Probably a lot of the stuff's getting listed for the next tenant 10, the next tenant 10, the next tenant after that. But all this stuff you get to shop before it ever gets listed. And there's not a chance you get to do that much at MrMaple. And this year we've got greenhouse on greenhouse on greenhouse on greenhouse on greenhouse full of amazing product that I think you're going to get really excited about.
Hey, we hope you can make it to the spring open house for MrMaple. If you can't make it this time, plan another one. We normally do these on Memorial Day, but this one's going to be a showstopper. We're rolling out all the fun events for this one.
We haven't even talked about our tours yet.
Yeah, we're going to have tours of some gardens. Maplewood Gardens is what we call Mom and Dad's garden. So if you know Norman and Neville, and those are our parents, Dad started this nursery. Really started doing this in the 70s, so he's been doing this for quite a while. But we use his place as a display garden. So Mom and Dad have over 350, and that's really generous. There's probably a lot more than that. That's actually pretty conservative there in their garden. And so there'll be tours of Maplewood Gardens as well as Hillstone Arboretum.
Yeah, and those gardens are fantastic. They're awesome. And you can get out there and see a lot of some of these great specimens out there in the landscape and garden, so you can see what a 20-year-old tree looks out in the landscape.
Yeah.
And then you can come here and
talk
shop.
about Hillstone Arboretum a little bit?
Yeah, Hillstone Arboretum is our uncle's place. He was a rock mason. Our grandfather was a rock mason. And so it's rock work everywhere. Amazing rock work, accentuated by amazing plants.
Yeah, that's where that giant Macaulay Etsabusa is at too. That's probably one of the most talked about things on that tour. His stonework is amazing. That's really, the garden is all his creations. And anything else you put in there is just going to look great. But we do have some one-of-a-kind specimens in there. There's like a 14-foot Macaulay Etsabusa and some fun stuff to see for sure.
Now, that garden is only going to be opened up for one guided tour. So it's not going to be open up the whole day. So if you're wanting to come to that, check out the timing on our website to know when that guided tour is going to happen. The MrMaple Garden is going to be open for the whole day as a self-guided tour. So you can come shop here, then you can go over there, you can go over there, then come shop here. And then we will be doing one guided tour at Maplewood Gardens. So those are some awesome things to go and check out while you're here. And again, I think people will be spending hours in these greenhouses trying to figure out what gems are hidden around these greenhouses.
Shopping starts at 9 a.m. First come, first served, no reservations that day, unless you go ahead and save it with that MrMaple.
We're talking 10, 20, probably 25,000 to 30,000 1-gallons
some cool
available
stuff
that day.
Yeah.
And so super cool stuff.
Now, one disclaimer, we are going to be blocking out the lower part of the nursery. We're actually, in a big transition down there. So what you traditionally, if you've been here before, the part we're touring down low, that part has a lot of liners in it that are in construction, and a lot of things are going up. And so we're going to close that part of the nursery off, open the new part of the nursery up. So you get to see the new greenhouses up here. But it's going to be more than we've ever had in person ever. Probably times 2, if you want to know the truth. So it's going to be a lot of stuff to see. And we'll be working at doing some full tours here in the future too for some groups, I know. But I think you're going to enjoy seeing what's going on here at MrMaple. There's a lot of construction going on, but it's still a fun time to see it. You'll kind of see the work in progress here. It's not finished by any means.
And yes, you can buy plants that day. We take checks, cash, and credit cards.
Right, our wives, as well as Francis, is going to be, and Jody is going to be working a checkout booth. And so they'll be able to assist you there with a hold area. They can hold your plants till the end of the festival. And so you can walk around, talk, and enjoy the day. Meet new people, talk about trees. Definitely talk to us. We'll be there greeting you and just really enjoying the day. You've probably even seen videos on our staff, so some of you may know them. Don't be afraid to walk up and tell them hello. They'll love that. And we just greatly appreciate you attending. I'm a little nervous about how big it's going to get. I will say parking is limited, so get here early. But you're going to enjoy this day. It's going to be a fun time.
I hope to see you on Memorial Day.
Take care.
God bless.
And have a great day on Memorial Day.